I hate to preface any of my videos with any kind of a weird political statement. This is Mike Black, Mike Mac, Mr. Mills, definitely back in the building. But you know what? I was looking into this Jeffrey Epstein thing, just as kind of like a whodunit, to see, how does dude wind up smoked in prison? Did he kill himself? Did someone else get him? All this conjecture online, and not that I buy into any of it. So I've been doing my little bit of research. Don't mind me. I'm about to smoke. Sorry about that. So I've been doing my little research of it, and I come across this compilation of web-related materials, and made a compilation about all these witnesses that are girls that are speaking up. And it sucks when anyone gets raped, men or women. It's bullshit, and you're powerless. When you're 3 years old, like I was, right? But like, These girls are 25 years old, been working for dude 6 years, flying around on private islands with Bill Clinton, and they're like, yeah, I didn't have the normal mindset of another 23-year-old. I didn't look at it like I was getting paid for sex. I looked at it like I was getting paid for, to be a masseuse. Masseuse is where they said on day one he flipped right over to show his rod and wanted it rubbed or rode or whatever. Dude, these girls were hookers, to be sure. And from what I can tell about this video, most of them, girls now that are 40 years old are coming forward and saying, yeah, I was 14. But anyone that even is remotely credible with pictures say they were 21, 22 at the time, but they weren't responsible for their actions because, I didn't really relate that I was, because I was just getting paid to be a masseuse, but then he was just raping me on the side. Wait till you guys see just one of these interviews. I'm going to do these in a series. But look alive, guys. I'm going to turn this on, and you be the judge. And there's a lot more about this suck-ass fucking bitch.
Jeffrey's office asked me if I wanted to go on a trip to Africa.
She had already been raped on the private island. So a year later, she's asked to go.
But I developed the sort of mentality that, like, as long as I didn't talk about the abuse, it didn't really happen.
As long as I didn't talk about it.
I'd kind of been conditioned.
I was conditioned.
From my childhood, just, there was so many tragedies and traumas that happened.
And you know what? Let me say I've known girls like her. I've known millions and millions and billions of girls, believe me, because that's all I'm ever friends with. I'm not friends with dudes. I hate dudes, puffy chest, stick it out, talk shit, then I gotta knock you out, all of that shit. So I'm friends with girls. And chicks like her were always drama fucking queens, always into shit, 12 years old, moving fast, messing with dudes, showing them panties for $20 bills and all kinds of shit. That's how it all starts. It's my assertion that most of these chicks are hookers. They're hookers. They know it. They always were. They come from poor families. They're trying to get this money. Their conversation always centers around money and how they weren't responsible because of their upbringing, or trying to say that, they were raped previously. And you know what? Girls use the word rape like a man uses the word regret. Have I ever banged some broads that I've fucking regretted? Oh my God. My oldest son, mom, for sure. Slept with her one time, had this pink fat fucking kid who's a rat bastard always and forever. And just leave that one at that. But a girl, you regret sleeping with a guy, someone like me, 50 years old, he had a little bit of fat on him, forego the muscles, the big whatever else is, money, cars, whatever. Not that I have that currently, but yeah, have had at 51 many times. So the point is, and I've never really been dealt with regret. I'm not an Epstein-looking fucking clown, Joker, Reaper-looking freak like this dude is right now. But that said, if a woman regrets sleeping with a dude, she'll call it rape with a quickness. Or at least say that she wasn't willing, but she didn't want to speak out. She didn't want to embarrass him. Well, I didn't want to emasculate him. No, but having him making a rape accusation against a man is basically personal suicide. It doesn't have to be true. All right? You could say, no, he raped me. That wrecks his career. He gets ostracized. His family thinks he's a freak. I don't know. I've never been accused of that, because if I need some nana, I got mad volunteers for that one. Whatever. So, but a dude like Epstein with the mouth and the fat features, yeah, he's probably rapey. Well, not rapey, but See, I've known lots of dudes like him too. He looks like one of them perv dudes. It's always just trying to pull out his wiener and show it to people. You know, a weirdo, a gym type freak. You know, Jim, the guy that's on these videos that died in Wisconsin. I mean, it ain't shook about me. Like I said, he'd come to the door in his man panties, and the little girl next door, 7 years old, would be looking in the window. Yeah, George, your daughter. And I'd be like, dude, you got to put some shorts on, man. There's a little girl right there. Her window's right there. Oh, he'd be like, this is my house, and he'd start rubbing it in circles and playing with it. Oh, yuck. Anyway, you know, this is my house. I can do what I want. You know, all you motherfuckers out here think you can just do whatever you want. Whenever you want, do whatever you want. And I'm sure a billionaire dude like him, who wasn't, you know, Jim was just mildly rich. This dude was filthy rich. So I'm sure he just, probably had to whip it out all the time. To say, is he rapey? Probably not. Because he probably could afford to buy the punana. And these girls were willing to sell it. Anyway, watch this interview. I don't want to go on and on. Watch this damn interview. You could tell she's full of shit.
So he landed on one of the phone calls and said, this is a great opportunity and we'd love to have you. I went from just the masseuse to...
Oh, just the masseuse where
to be a personal
flipped over and then made you ride his cock and you said he raped you the first time.
Was blinded by the opportunity of it.
Oh, the opportunity of it.
I hadn't gone anywhere, really.
Oh, I hadn't gone anywhere. And a trip to Africa was worth getting raped repeatedly over.
I flew from LA.
Fuck out of here.
The plane was ready on the tarmac.
And look at this broad. She's stoned. Look at her eyes. I know a stoner when I see one. She's wrecked.
Our guests arrived. It was Bill Clinton, Kevin Spacey, and Chris Tucker. I was blown away. Like, oh my God, it was surreal. The trip was about the AIDS organization.
Look at Bill. You know he's a rapist. But
to Africa
not a rapist. I shouldn't say rapist. See, they got me saying it. That's how these people fucking do you. They say rapist. Clinton ain't a rapist. He's just a sex addict. You know, Lewinsky wasn't forced to suck his cock. She sucked it willingly. You know, many a bitch went down the path of sucking a dude's fucking cock that thought that road would lead to riches, and it don't. It leads to disgrace. That's why you're supposed to stay chaste. But, yeah, you can tell Bill with his rosy cheeks and his stupid demeanor that he just want to fuck, and I just want to eat pussy, and, you know, fuck, and kiss, and then we want to cuddle, and take a bath. One of them fucking weirdo guys, just a sex deviant, you know, just an addict, basically. Nothing probably crazy, you know, not the anal and the bondage and the whatever. Ugh, yuck to all of that. But just a fucking, look at me, look at my pee-pee, looking ass fucking retard. God, I hate that guy. I hate the Clintons, man. I fucking, oh. I'm sorry to say this, but I've been praying for years that someone would bring them down. Not like in a physical hurt them type of way, but send them to prison for the rest of their lives kind of way. If people like me have to go do 3 years in prison for a bag of weed, and mine was a really little bag, I just made the mistake of getting caught in the 80s. Anyway, sidebar. Listen to this fucking bitch. This line.
Moment of my life.
A year later, after I was raped repeatedly.
This false belief that the abuse had stopped because nothing had happened in Africa.
Oh.
Thinking that maybe...
Look, and she's hugged all up on dude.
But after the
trying to get in where she fit in.
The abuse started all over again, and it never stopped after that.
And them girls did not look sad at all. And they didn't look like they were there by force, hugging up on the next man that's just standing there.
For anything more than being a masseuse.
Oh.
I really kept it separate.
Oh, let's hear that again. Let's hear that again.
Also sexually assaulting me on the side. It never once occurred to me that I was being paid for anything more than being a masseuse.
Oh.
I really kept
so
it
masseuses make $5,000 a week. Get the fuck out of here. I can't take this
for
chick.
A job, and this man was also sexually assaulting me on the side. It was 2 separate things for me.
Oh, it was 2 separate things. He was sexually assaulting me and I allowed it, but then I also was this masseuse.
The mature mindset of a normal 21, 22, 23-year-old.
So when I got sent to prison at 17 as an adult, did I have the normal mindset of a 21, 22, 23-year-old? Did I have that advantage? Actually, 16 when I was arrested. A month before my 16th birthday. They waited till I turned 16 and charged me as an adult for a 1/4 ounce of pot in a binky-donk-dink little fucking county. And it wrecked my whole life. So she's 24 at the time? Get the fuck out of here.
Relationship, and so when we fled, I was taking care of my sister. years later, my then 17-year-old sister.
And then, after being
was
raped
living with me.
repeatedly on an island, she brings her sister, Miss, who in the picture has a $20 bill in her hand. Tell where they're motivated at.
To LA,
Money.
And they just invited me for lunch.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
was like, bring her
I
along.
pimped off my
And,
sister.
you know,
Bring her
that was
along,
a
yeah.
really bad idea.
Never occurred to me that rapists...
I never thought that
Accused
he
rapist.
was doing this to other people. I really didn't.
Oh, really? Just you?
So-
You were special?
I brought my sister.
Yeah. No fucking way.
And
This
it was
girl is
decided
not
right then and
credible.
there that they were going to send her to school in Spain to study language.
Oh,
to
and why would they want to
be a
send her to
translator.
Spain? Just because you're such a good masseuse? Yes, it's an opportunity to fly to Spain because you're such a great little masseuse, and they love you for it, and because you're keeping quiet about the rapes, and we'll pay for your sister to go to school, and you bring him around at the very best a sex addict. A sex addict. I don't think any of these girls were minors. Were they 18, 19, 20, and so on? Sure. I think every one of them were legal. And they were selling themselves to him, and that's what he got convicted of in 2006, was soliciting prostitutes. These girls were in flocks around by this dude, trying to get after his money. He was happy to give him $200 a pop every day. And $200 has always been the fair market price for a decent hooker. I've never procured the services of one myself, but know many who have. And it starts at $5 and it works its way up to $200. So I've heard, and I heard $200 for many years was the top dollar. Now that may not be the case now because I wouldn't know, but that's about '06 prices, and this happened in '06. So yeah. Yeah, my friend used to frequent them often. Rest in peace, JT.
2 years later, that I learned that he was also doing this to my sister.
Oh. And you learned
She
years
came
later.
back home with an eating disorder. She was rail thin. and
Oh, maybe it was all the
horrible.
cocaine.
She confessed that Jeffrey had been sexually assaulting her.
Oh, and that's why they stuck around, because
They
they're
sent her to school.
getting sexually assaulted. She's
I
not
never
credible.
knew until she came home that day.
She's not credible.
My sister thought that Jeffrey was the most powerful man she'd ever meet, and knew that he was friends with celebrities and wealthy people. And
Right. So they were
there
trying to get a
was an
pass in
altercation
life,
that took place
a leg up.
in Jeffrey's Paris apartment with Harvey Weinstein. My sister came running from the room, freaked out at whatever he said and did in there, and immediately Harvey Weinstein's assistant got involved, trying to remedy the situation by sending flowers and
Now,
apology
he's a
notes.
pedophile for sure.
Jeffrey and Harvey were both very disgusting people who
Oh, Jeffrey was a
used
Navy
their
SEAL?
power to manipulate and abuse.
That's a SEAL's trident right there, buddy.
They let Jeffrey.
Yeah, he wasn't going to rape your sister that's 10 times prettier than you. If he was a rapist,
Want to,
Miss
have
Prostitute.
anything to do with him anymore.
Yeah, and that's why he stuck around and got paid.
He told me that if I thought I could get anywhere in life without his help, that I was wrong.
Oh, there's the leg up again.
Basically hung up on me after that, and we never spoke again.
Yeah, after 6 years of
I
involvement.
still feel an immense amount of
Retarded,
guilt
folks.
because
I can't
was
even do this,
responsible
but
for her.
fuck these.
I
You know what? Regret is not the same as rape. Mike Black, Mike the Mac, Mr. Mills, definitely back in the motherfucking building. And I'm not saying he didn't do it or none of that. I was trying to figure out why he's getting killed, but that fraud's not credible.